Good morning. Welcome to Unity of Hagerstown with this sunshiny Sunday. Isn't it glorious? Sing it out loud. I am whole, I am free. I am everything I think I can be. I am healthy and I am strong. I am right where I belong. I've got the power, I've got the power of I am. I am joyful, I am healed, I am open to the paths that are revealed. I am faithful and I am blessed. Well, I am free from all worry and stress. I've got the power, I've got the power of I am. I've got the power, I've got the power, I've got the power of I am. I've got the power, I've got the power, I've got the power of I am. I am loving, I am loved. I've got everything I need, I am enough. I am confident and I am unique. And I am positive with every word I speak. I've got the power, I've got the power of I am. Oh, I am. I've got the power, I've got the power, I've got the power of I am. I've got the power, I've got the power, I've got the power of I am. Let me hear you. I've got the power, I've got the power, I've got the power of I am. I've got the power, I've got the power, I've got the power of I am.
Woo! Yes, thank you so much, Brent and Patty. Great way to start our service and to remind us that we do, in fact, have that power. We can attach that I am to whatever quality we want to bring forth. Anyway, that's going to be later on in the lesson. I want to say hello to everybody present and everybody watching virtually. We're so happy that you're part of this community. I appreciate each and every one of you. And to begin, we have a quote from Henri Nouwen. Home is the center of my being, where I can hear the voice that says, "You are my beloved, on you my favor rests." I invite you to join me with an opening prayer. And as we settle into this space, let us remember that presence of God that surrounds us and fills us, that is our identity. That power and presence within us flows through us as us. So we let go of any limiting thoughts that keep us playing small. And we stand in this power and we affirm that I am love. I am peace. I am joy. We attach our I am to the quality of life that we want to present, to manifest in our world today. And we are grateful that it is so. Amen. I invite you to join me in our vision statement together. Unity of Hagerstown exists to inspire awakening to the divine within and honor the sacred in all. And our mission statement. As a beloved community, we create a sacred space that empowers spiritual growth and ignites compassionate action. And now we'll have the reading of the daily word with Adair Eves.
Good blessed morning. Today's word is guidance. I follow divine guidance with faith and confidence. Created in the image and likeness of God, I have created power to bring my ideas to life. I choose which thoughts to nurture and grow, and where and how to invest my time and energy. Like a sailor preparing to embark upon the open sea, I do not travel alone. I get clear about where I want to go and what I want to experience and get ready for my journey. I map the course to my goals and make an action plan. God accompanies me as the wind that fills my sails and propels me. I hold the rudder and choose the route, but ultimately the wind moves me. I collaborate with spirit within and feel secure and brave, knowing I am always supported. With divine guidance to rely upon, I move confidently in the direction of my dreams. And from Proverbs, the human mind plans the way, but the Lord directs the steps. And together, I follow divine guidance with faith and confidence. And we breathe that in together and collectively say again, I follow divine guidance with faith and confidence.
Thank you, Adair. Now we have an opportunity to greet one another. And of course, this is how you want to be greeted. Just let it be known. Handshake, hug, namaste. We will respect it if you got to let us know first, though. And, so let's greet each other. And if you want to say or wave hello to our online friends right around here, either in front of this little stand or behind it. I'm just going to say hello to our online friends now, and I invite you to put something in the comment section. Let us know that you're here and how you're doing. Thank you. Just stand up and greet each other.
Hello, good looking. I love when she gets all southern on us. When she does the I am. I like it.
I am.
Sounds like she was in the hell.
Okay, go ahead. Be still and know I am God. Be still and know I am God.
Thank you, Brent and Patty. And thank you, Charlie Thweet, for that beautiful verse there. And that's kind of a great way to introduce our topic today. Being still, knowing that God's presence is within us. Going within is a lot like coming home, and that's what we're going to be talking about now, coming home to our true self. But first, I wanted to share a very heartwarming story with you that I heard, and it has to do with coming home as well. I heard this over the holidays. So the men and women of the Sandy Springs Fire Department, which is in Atlanta, for the past 3 years have rappelled down the outer walls of the Children's Hospital that's close to the fire department. And they do this in outfits. Wait a second, I've got a picture. There's one, okay. And it's for these kids who are not able to go home, it's almost as if they have a piece of that Christmas magic, if you want, that kids are so into, well, everybody can be into it, but that Christmas magic that they normally get racing down to see the Christmas tree Christmas morning, they get a little bit of that magic with these men and women from the fire department. So it started 3 years ago, and it keeps growing. It's a very simple thing that they do, but there's a huge impact because it not only impacts the children, but the families as well, and the fire department. For many of them, it's the most rewarding thing that they do all year, because if you stop and think about it, they're usually present and what may very well be the worst day of your life when your house is on fire. So they are able to bring joy instead of showing up on a tragic day. So they give back to these children who are unable to go home for the holidays. And like I said, it brings a little bit of home to them. Now I have a 1-minute clip. Now you will notice Santa does not rappel down the walls, okay? Here we go. So that last shot of Spider-Man blowing a kiss to the child, it just really kind of gets me, that's for sure. So, as I said, we're going to be talking about home. And to begin with, this connects, just hang in there with me, okay? But we're going to be seeing it through a spiritual lens. What does it mean to come home spiritually? And I'm not talking about going to the pearly gates in the sky, going home that way, but something that may be much more useful in today's world, in which we can get swept up in some chaos and division and confusion. Coming home to our true self. And to start, I want to look at what is perhaps one of the most famous stories of homecoming. Can you guess what it is yet? And along with that, a very famous painting about that story. So we're going to begin by reading Luke 15, beginning with verse 11, about the prodigal son. Jesus said there was a man who had 2 sons. The younger one said to his father, "Father, give me my share of the estate." So he divided his property between them. Not long after that, the younger son got together all he had, set off for a distant country, and there squandered his wealth in wild living. After he had spent everything, there was a severe famine in the whole country, and he began to be in need. So he went and hired himself out to a citizen of that country, who sent him to his fields to feed the pigs. He longed to fill his stomach with the food that the pigs were eating, but no one gave him anything. When he came to his senses, he said, "How many of my father's hired servants have food to spare, and here I am starving to death? I'll set out and go back to my father and say to him, 'Father, I have sinned against heaven and against you. I'm no longer worthy to be called your son. Make me like one of your hired servants.' So he got up, went to his father, but while he was still a distance off, his father saw him and was filled with compassion for him. He ran to his son, threw his arms around him, and kissed him. The son said to him, 'Father, I have sinned against heaven and against you. I'm no longer worthy to be called your son.' But the father said to his servants, 'Quick, bring the best robe and put it on him. Put a ring on his finger and sandals on his feet. Bring the fattened calf and let's have a feast and celebrate. For this son of mine was dead and is alive again. He was lost and is found.' And so they began to celebrate. Meanwhile, dun, 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 the older son was in the field. When he came near the house, he heard music and dancing. So he called one of the servants and asked him what was going on. 'Your brother has come,' the servant replied, 'and your father is celebrating because he has him back safe and sound.' The older brother became angry and refused to go in. So his father went out and pleaded with him. But he answered his father, 'Look, all these years I've been slaving for you and never disobeyed your orders. Yet you never gave me even a young goat so I could celebrate with my friends. But when this son of yours, who has squandered your property with wild living, comes home, you celebrate for him.' 'My son,' the father said, 'you are always with me, and everything I have is yours. But we had to celebrate and be glad, because this brother of yours was dead and is alive again. He was lost and is found.'" So there's a lot in this story, a lot of acceptance, a lot of God's love and welcome. And I think maybe one of the reasons that we all can relate to this just a little bit is because we may have made choices that are not in keeping with our guiding principles, and so to feel that we are still welcomed or still at home with the Spirit is very comforting. So we're going to take a look at this quickly, metaphysically, looking at the characters symbolizing a state of consciousness within each of us. And the 2 sons represent 2 parts that are within each of us, our moral nature and our human side. Not that those ever clash, right? Okay. I think we can all see that it does clash, not only within others, but within ourselves as well. Coming to his senses, the younger son comes home. Charles Fillmore tells us when we make unity between the outer experience and our inner spirit, we come home. And then the outer is flooded with vitality, represented by the robe, with unending power, which is represented by the ring, and with understanding, the sandals for the feet, understanding. So when all of these have been established within, the strength, the understanding, the power, the vitality, then there is rejoicing. Fillmore goes on to say the dead man of sense is made alive in the consciousness of spirit. The lost is found. Henri Nouwen tells us, I am the prodigal son every time I search for unconditional love where it cannot be found. My friends, the only place that we cannot find love is when we have a block within ourselves. Because love is present, love is God, God is present everywhere. We only need to put on those spiritual lenses to see it. So we are the ones who block it. So now on to the painting that depicts this story by Rembrandt. Measures 8 feet by 6 feet. This painting was painted near the end of his life in 1668, and it reflects a lot of what he went through as well. He had been a prolific and financially successful artist, but he had an appetite for collecting art, and he spent all his money on collecting art, sculptures and paintings. It far exceeded his income, and it left him in serious debt and forced into bankruptcy. All of his art that he had collected had to be sold in order for him to get out of debt. He was also obliged to count on family and benefactors as well to survive. He had suffered a great deal of personal tragedy, losing a son, 2 daughters, and his wife, which left him with the sole responsibility of caring for his younger son. I'm told, or I read, that the greatest of his paintings were produced in the last 20 years of his life and reflect his journey. The prior paintings reflected more of an external grandeur and detail, and in the latter paintings, it began to reflect more of the spiritual focus. So the seated man in the back with the large hat is actually a self-portrait of Rembrandt as a younger man. And you can see he's looking at the younger son here, perhaps in contemplation, perhaps in acknowledgement of that younger son that is within all of us. The older son standing up and kind of looking down his nose. I think he captured that feeling very well. Was truly, you can say he was truly as much of a lost son as the younger one, because while he didn't leave his physical home, he left the home of his heart in not getting into that loving relationship with his father. In his inner homelessness, he too needed to return home. So the younger who had left home focused solely on his self, his pleasures. His wanderings took him further and further afield from his true center, and he became lost and began living what you might call an inauthentic life. He wasn't true to his true self, his higher self. His focus on his self kept him from seeing that his true identity can be found only within. Let's see. So Cairo Lingo, who is the author of the book that we're going to be looking at, We Were Made for These Times, tells us if we're not aware of what is happening in the moment because we are caught up in our thoughts or reveries or in the grip of worry or other strong emotions, it's as if we have left our house. If we stay away for a long time, dust accumulates and unwanted visitors may take up residence in our home. Yeah. So things like stress and tension may be some of the physical unwanted visitors we may accumulate. Things like resentment or anger even, or fear may be some of the unwanted visitors that we accumulate emotionally and mentally. So if we don't tend to them, they do lead to more and more of their kind. Lingo goes on to say, but the beauty of awareness is that we can always return home to ourselves. Our home is always there, waiting for us to come back. We come back to our senses. One way to do this is to literally come to our senses. What are we hearing? What are we seeing? What am I feeling? Another way, of course, is to bring our awareness to the breath, bring our awareness to our heart. We come back home. We wake up, connecting with the sights and sounds around us. Lingo goes on to say, it's especially tempting in times of transition and challenge to abandon our homes, to leave our territory in search of answers, perhaps by worrying about what will happen in the future. This is precisely the moment when we need to return to the present moment, feel our bodies, and take good care of ourselves, because the future is made of this moment. When it's uncomfortable, we tend to distract ourselves. I mean, we all have our favorite ways of doing it, whether it's opening up an app or opening up the refrigerator door. We have our ways to distract ourselves, turning on the TV, whatever it is. And I mean, sometimes maybe we need that, but not to the full extent of bypassing our feelings, what we're going through. So we distract ourselves in our own preferred ways, but ideally we come back to our senses and come home. Every time we bring our mind, our thoughts back to our body, we come home that is inside us, that is our true home. And that leads us to a greater awareness of that place of peace and acceptance and wisdom within, that presence of God within. Lingo goes on to say, the home inside of us is a home no one can take away from us, and it cannot be damaged or destroyed. No matter what happens around us, if we can find this home inside of us, we are always safe. I mean, that's a pretty bold statement, isn't it? We are always safe. She's not saying that there are things that aren't out in the outer that aren't going to be happening, but within us, we have that feeling of safety and assurance, moving into that true home, our true self. Sue Morter tells us, in order to experience being home in this world and operate at our true capacity for wellness, happiness, and creativity, we must anchor ourselves, meaning our true selves as energy beings, to this earth plane and to the physical body. We must live not just in our head, but rather in our whole system, mind, body, and breath combined. We need to become embodied. Frequently, I find myself living like from the eyes up. You know, that sounds kind of strange, I guess, but I notice that I do that sometimes. And then my body gets dizzy. I feel dizzy. That's a signal for me that I need to bring my senses back, to become aware of my breath, become aware of my feet. So if you find yourself living in your head most of the time, perhaps there's a way that you can find a trigger to let you know it's time to come back to your senses, time to come back to your breath. Let's see, Richard Rohr tells us, until we meet a benevolent God and a benevolent universe, until we realize that the foundation of all is love, we will not be at home in this world. So the coming back to our senses leads us on that path of recognizing that love of God within us, that surrounds us, that is our true self. So we're going to move into a time of meditation. I'm going to base this on a meditation by the book, and I'm going to expand it just a little bit, okay, to unitize it some, because this is definitely a Buddhist perspective, but there's a nice overlap with unity on this. So I invite you to go ahead and get comfortable. And if you like, go ahead and close your eyes or gaze softly in front of you. If you keep your eyes open, just choose maybe a spot on the floor to keep your gaze down. And begin by feeling the contact between your body and the chair that is supporting you. And let yourself rest in this place, returning to this moment, here and now. Invite whatever parts of yourself that may still be dispersed to come back and settle. Allow yourself to settle right here in your body and notice what is here. Is there tension, relaxation, some pain, some pleasure, or a neutral feeling? As much as you can, bring an attitude of openness to whatever you encounter without judging your experience. Whenever you're aware that your mind is distracted in thinking, gently bring it back to your body, to what is right here. Set the intention to come home to yourself, to be present for yourself. You deserve this care. You are precious and unique. In all the world, there is no one else who brings the precise combination of gifts that you bring. Allow yourself to arrive here as fully as you can and welcome the many parts of yourself home. You may already begin to feel yourself settling into the home inside of you, the place of your strength, the place of your wisdom and clarity, a place that is trustworthy and capable of providing you with refuge in the storm. But if not, continue to stay with awareness of your body's sensations or with your breathing. A sense of coming home will develop over time. As you become more attuned to yourself, you will find that you have been at home all along. As we move into a period of silence, it may be helpful to repeat silently, I have arrived. I am home. I have arrived. I am home. If it supports you, you can connect the words with your breathing. Arrived with the in-breath, home with the out-breath. Arrived, home. arrived in this present moment, home in myself, just as I am. I have arrived. I am home. To my true self. The spiritual essence of who I am. I have arrived. I am home. And as we continue to sit restfully, I invite Brent and Patty to share our next song with us.
Trust that I've got this. I know that I know I've got all I need, so it's time to let go. I'm through with complaining, living life small. Every emotion, I wanna feel them all. I've spent too much time censoring who I am. I am open, I am willing, I am feeling free and clear. Finally I am seeing I am worthy to be here. I am here. I am here to be here. I am present. I let it all be. I have uncovered the truth about me. The veil has been lifted that always kept me apart. No longer hiding, I'm ready to start. I step into my power and trust my heart. I am open, I am willing, I am feeling free and clear. Finally I'm seeing I am worthy to be here. I am here. I am here to be here. No place I would rather be. It's time I let the whole world see this brilliant light that shines through me as who I am, who I really am. I am open, I am willing, I am feeling free and clear. Finally I'm seeing I am worthy to be here. I am here to be here. I am here to be here. To be here. I
Thank you, Brent and Patty. Beautiful song. I invite you to join me in our offertory prayer together. Divine love flowing through me blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, all that I receive, and all that I am. I give thanks for the all-providing source within. And during our offering, we have another song coming.
So this song definitely requires group participation. There's 3 parts, and we're going to sing through them a couple times, and then you can pick a part and sing that. So I'll help you along here. Maybe. If you want to get up and move around, you're welcome to do that. Just getting in the groove. There is no planet, sun, or star that could hold you if you really knew what you are. There is no planet, sun, or star that could hold you if you really knew what you are. Let's do that again. There is no planet, sun, or star that could hold you if you really knew what you are. There is no planet, sun, or star that could hold you if you really knew what you are. Second part. Old man, old woman, brother, sister, mother, father, child. Come on, you can do it. Old man, old woman, brother, sister, mother, father, child. Do that again. Oh man, open that mouth. Mother, that's it. Mother, sister, brother, father, child. Here's the third part. You are light. You are love. Child of God, you are light. You are light. You are love. Child of God, you are. I'm going to start from the beginning. Ready? Or take a part. If you're feeling brave, sing it out. There is no planet, sun, or star that could hold you if you really knew what you are. There is no planet, sun, or star that could hold you if you really knew what you are. Stay there. There is no planet, sun, or star that could hold you if you really knew what you are. All right, I'm going to do something a little different. Sandy might smack my hands, but we're going to do it anyway. So I want you to stand up. You got to move. You got to claim your power, right? We're coming home. Here we go. There is no planet. Here we go. There is no planet, sun, or star that could hold you if you really knew what you are. There is no planet, sun, or star that could hold you if you really knew what you are. Oh man, old man, old woman, brother, sister, mother, father, child. Oh man, oh woman, brother, sister, mother, father, child. beside you. You are light. You are love. Child of God. You are. One more. It's no planet, sun, or star that could hold you if you really knew what you are. There is no planet, sun, or star that could hold you if you really knew what you are. You are light. You are light. You are love. Child of God. You are, you are. Sing that one more time and we'll end it. You are light. You are love. Child of God. You are, you are.
Woo! Yes, thank you, thank you. Please be seated. Whew. I feel like I got exercise. We do have a few announcements going on here. The ones at the bottom are things that you probably are familiar with, but that's just a reminder. Coming up, we have a potluck after lunch today. Even if you didn't bring anything, please feel welcome to stay. We always have plenty of food, and if we don't, so what? That's kind of how I feel like. I mean, you go home to a full refrigerator, right? So, okay, we're beginning a year-long study on the second Tuesday of every month on the 12 powers. That's coming up. If that is going to be on Zoom at 6:30. If you're interested, please be sure you sign up for it. The sign-up sheet is in the foyer. And then we have dinner and game night coming up Friday night at 6 p.m. Again, please sign up for this if you want to be part of it, so we make sure we do have enough food, because that's not a potluck. That's a light vegetarian meal provided. So, and then our congregational meeting and volunteer appreciation is happening next Sunday after church. So for the members, you should have received or will be receiving shortly the information packet for that meeting, and also renewal cards as well. And then on the 21st, the class, we were made for these times, 10 lessons for moving through change, loss, and disruption. We're going to have the class at 3 p.m. and 6 p.m. with a potluck in between. If you're interested, this is the only sign-up sheet I'm passing around today. Can you believe it? That is in person, and a potluck in between the two classes so that they can get together and chat if they want. And then something new that hasn't made it yet to our newsletter is on the 29th, the Interfaith Team of HARC is presenting an interfaith panel discussion on the 3 Abrahamic religions, the traditions. It's going to be held at the Western Maryland Islamic Society. There is no cost. They are providing dinner for everybody, followed by probably about an hour panel discussion with the rabbi, the imam, and a Christian representative. I'm not quite sure who that's going to be yet. There are a few people who are thinking about it. So I hope you can make it. It's a great way to understand a little bit more of other paths, and also to support the community building that will happen as well. And then we have a day retreat coming up on the 7th of February. There are flyers that hopefully you got if you were interested. What the flyer did not say, and this is totally on me, I forgot to put a cost on there. There is a cost. so we're going to redo those flyers, but it's $50. Paula Jalanis is leading that retreat, and it's going to be a beautiful time. She leads retreats often, frequently, down at Bon Secours. So she is an experienced retreat facilitator. And I think that is it. So our friends on virtually, we love you, we appreciate you. I want to say something before we cut off too, if you guys give me a minute. At times, Facebook does not play nicely with our equipment, and sometimes the service does cut off early. If that is the case, our AV people are really good about bringing it back online, and all you have to do is go back to our Facebook page, and it should be, you'll get the rest of the service. Thank you for your patience and understanding in this manner. We appreciate you, we love you, we see the light that you are. Okay.